security topics. Before we covered Azure itself, now Azure security is talking about Microsoft 365 services as well as Azure, which is cloud, IaaS or infrastructure as a service. Anyway, we talked about that before as well in the previous class. So what we had started last time the topic of inside Azure Active Directory there was this feature called PIM, and this feature. So first we created trial account. Now trial accounts are created with the credit card. And Microsoft has stopped free trial account without credit card, so they require a credit card. But what you can do is when you're creating a trial account, Microsoft 365 trial account, then just when you are creating M365 trial account with the CC, then don't forget to uncheck / disable recurring billing. Microsoft will soon know that as well, and then it might uncheck recurring billing. So anyway, but that whenever it happens. So just make sure you don't forget to uncheck disable renewal or recurring billing. So yeah, the word could be recurring billing or renewal. Okay. Once you have do it done then you should be okay. And actually they charged me $50 for that. Yeah, last time I mentioned that too. So I told them, oh, I didn't want that, I was just testing, so can you reimburse? And then they were nice enough to reimburse. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead. So we were talking about PIM, and PIM is all about privileged account management. So whichever accounts are admin accounts, they are privileged account, they have more permissions. So then how do we make sure that those accounts are which user has privilege, for how long, which resources this user has authorization to, why this user has those privileges. So it's all about for who gets what privileges, for how long, and why gets what privileges. So it will be in one line we can say who gets what privileges, for how long, and why. So this one statement just explains PIM. This one statement also should be for pretty much whichever user has whatever privileges, right? So the main emphasis is on who, and then what, and how, what, how, why. Wow. Seriously? Okay. I'm saying wow. So anyway, if you remember that, then four aspects of privilege hunting, and it's not hunting, like it's giving least amount of privilege, and we Microsoft. So our policy is that's then the last punching statement: zero trust. That's where you're going. I mean, you're the global admin, suppose in the company, global admin, having all the privileges, and you do not trust you. And how is that possible? So suppose your account is hacked by a hacker, then pretty much everything is in the hands of the hacker. So did you secure your global admin privileges from not being hacked? What kind of security measures did you took to secure yourself? And in my company, ridiculously, we have 5 global admins, and it is more political than, you know, those are technical guys and on high places. One, I'm a global admin, and then there are 4 more global admin, which is not required by Microsoft. Microsoft says only 2 global admins should be there, and then we're trying to move towards zero trust, and we're trying to get something there that if I need higher privileges, my account will be normal, right? I'm a global I mean, like, I am the IT administrator, but if I need global admin privileges, I should request. Automatically, it should I will get those global admin privileges. I will give a reason why I need that. I will use the global admin privileges and then let go of it from my account or remove it from my account. So my account will not have global admin privileges. Now, the downside to that is, uh, if that at least one guy should be having global admin all the time, or have or at least uh, you should be guaranteed access should be there. For any reason you want it and you couldn't get it, then you're stuck. Your whole company stuck outside. So any one account should be global admin. Either you keep changing its password, and you should know that what's the password mechanism. But if you have permanently been assigned global admin, make sure you get secured. Did you really prepared some security for you being hacked? Microsoft simply says don't trust anyone, zero trust, right? So that's where we are trying to go, and Microsoft has come up with many strategies here. But right now, Microsoft is talking about admin. Whoever has admin privileges, then implement PIM on that. So when we go to PIM, we were talking about that how long, who gets how long, what privileges and why, right? So there is access review as well. You review the access every 6 months there are 4 5 global admins. Okay, 6 month I have arrived, and let's see who needs to still be global admin. And after 6 months again, oh, okay, oh, this guy's gone. Why is he still a global admin? His account or her account. So you can remove. This is another feature called access review. I think we did that in Azure AZ-104, but it's part of the security as well. So many features will overlap as well. So we were talking about PIM. If a user has lots of privileges, then ask the user what kind of task the user needs to perform, and explore what are least amount of privileges you can give for the task. Then start giving a user least amount of privileges and test if the user can still do his or her tasks. Go for slightly higher privileges and keep checking where user is now comfortable to do the tasks. Well, this is how we explored in our company. Some users were given outrageously high privileges, and then I had to take them down to whatever lowest level of privileges as possible, and still the users were able to do the task. So, when I talked to the user, I discovered that they were doing very low level tasks. I mean, the task that doesn't require very high privileges, they were given blindly very high privileges. So you have to talk to those users who have admin privileges. That do you even need those? What do you do every day? What do you have to do, for which we will discover what kind of privileges you actually need instead of what you have been given. So when you go deep down, then you get to know that, oh wow, this guy didn't need that privilege because he or she is doing just this task, and even a lower privilege can do that. But if you don't investigate ever, obviously you will never know that this guy had unnecessarily high privileges, and when that person got hacked, then the hacker did what he or she had to do, or to take benefit of that, right? Then we talk about Azure AD additions as well. Azure Active Directory free is there as well for a limited time. Microsoft 365 apps is there with a lot of features. But then we went for Premium 2, which has Premium 1, Premium 2 is there, but Premium 2 has all the main security features, compliance features, and some advanced features as well. Right? So we configured our Premium 2. In fact, I'll just double check that too. Actually, we did do that. Now, then once the end user mailbox, okay, so we created an account, then we gave that account a privilege last time. But we were stuck with that. We had created a new mailbox, and we were trying to go inside the mailbox, and we weren't, because when a new mailbox gets created, it takes like 15-20 minutes, sometimes even more, sometimes very less, to get fully created and let us in. So we were checking about so once the end user mailbox is created, then we will check that how PIM really shows from end user side, how end user has to manually activate the role because of Azure identity role. So what really happened was I was showing an example of user who has been assigned a privilege with PIM. So testing PIM is what we were doing in last class, and for that, let's create a user. So PIM is again, I'm just telling you that PIM or privileged identity management makes sure that higher privileged users are also accountable. They need to be, those users need to be checked again and again thoroughly from time to time if those users need higher privileges or not and for how long they need. So PIM is there for that. Now, what I was saying to you that, okay, whenever I need higher privilege, I will just request I should get that privilege. And then I should just use that privilege to do whatever task I needed to do. And then again, remove the privilege from my account. So that was the ideal situation. I would use higher privileges whenever I need, not permanently being global admin. All the time, I'm right now I'm global admin. My account is global admin, and I'm on weekend. So maybe some hacker is trying to do that to try to check that what are the ways to hack a global admin account, right? So if I was not a global admin, so none of the accounts are global admin, so hacker cannot do anything. Hacker hacks my account, I'm not global admin. Hacker cannot do anything. But right now, if I had implemented certain security, I was not a global admin and I would just use it whenever I need. But right now I am and permanently am. So obviously my account is always under threat. So yes, there are some measures we have taken, but hopefully hackers also know all the measures. How they get in, yeah, it's up to them. And what do we hold that the hackers need? In our company, not much. Okay. Anyway, it's like a public company, right? It's like giving services of government to public. So it's kind of that company. So we were all thinking, hey, what do hackers need from us? So we're not, financial anything. Anyway, so let's create a user. That's what we did last time. Uh, we created a user, uh, give permission, higher permission or higher privilege, and then so we did all that, and I'm just taking you through that because I need to show you the last part of it. Give higher privilege, and then um, via PIM. Give higher privilege via PIM, identity management, and then uh, check how the user gets that privilege, or gets means activates that privilege, because the user has to manually activate as well. It's not like I give the privilege to a user and the user becomes that right away. So suppose I billing admin to a user. Yes, there is a way to do that too. That you just simply click active and the user will be activated. But then there is another way now goes for, and that is whenever user needs it, go ahead, activate that role, use that role, and after 8 hours, whatever hours you think, the role will be expired on the user. Oh, the user needs it again. After 8 hours, when it expired, the user is no longer a billing admin. After that, he or she needs the role again. So he or she will go to the email and then activate it again. So that's one of the ideal situations. We can expire it in 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours as well. So user task, maybe 1 minute task, maybe 5 minute task, maybe half an hour task. So let it expire in 1 hour, half hour. So I'm going to show you that there is that privileged access management setting. So what is the username? I went for the user is Ahmed. User. Let me show you all the settings now. user 01, and let's see what him privilege we give to the user. Let's see how user activates it from the email, the mailbox. Okay, so this is the whole process that you should implement in your environment. Okay, Navi says recording started. Let me just double check. Yeah, thank you for reminder. Yes, recording has started. O and K. So let's try to let me show you the whole process. Let's which is the user who has been given privilege via what is this via PIN? Can we give privilege without PIN as well? Privileged identity management. So let me just go now, switch to the directory. And also one more thing, we started this course way back in 1930s. Oh, just kidding. So yeah, way back, and the Active Directory they have changed that too. Like the look of Active Directory has been changed by Microsoft, and it looks a bit different now. So if I go to Microsoft 365 account to go to Azure Active Directory, and I click that, yeah, skip for 14 days, MFA, over talk about security, and MFA is not configured. So now Active Directory looks like this. So we can switch to classic view, but this is new way of otherwise it was different in my company. We haven't switched to the one, but it is Entra admin now. Microsoft Entra admin. This is a new way. Right? Anyway, so we were going to identity governance. So identity governance has that set of tools, and there is that privileged identity management, and this is only possible with Premium 2, and Premium 2 is a paid service as well. So that's why you have to go. So what we did was we went to identity management, and then we went to Azure AD roles. Now I can separately. I was okay. Let me click show more here because they have changed the user experience altogether now. This is Microsoft Entra admin that opens when we click the Active Directory. If I go to groups, devices, yeah, roles and admins. You can give roles to a user without PIN, or you can give the same roles to the user instead of going directly here, right? You can go here, identity governance, to the same area, roles and admins, right? Identity governance. But through identity governance, if you give this role, then there is an option that the user has to activate it whenever the user needs it, instead of permanently being assigned that role. Go from here and give the user, suppose you go in application administrator and then add assignment. So you can assign a role to a user that way. Uh, but okay, there's a setting here as well. And this is what I wanted to show you through PIM, because PIM makes you activate. Although because we have enabled PIM, it is showing that setting here as well. So see this, if I go add as my administrator, suppose I'm giving application administrator to a user. So no member selected, I'll select a member. Suppose it's armor user 1 and select. There's a setting page here, right? I've selected a user. If I go next, so there is that um, time limit, and after that it will expire. And the eligible and active that we were talking about before is that eligible is that you have to activate the role yourself, whichever user was given this role. It says here privilege identity management. So even from here, so when you enabled Premium 2, Active Directory Premium 2 license, after that it does start showing you eligible and active, but it opens directly in privileged identity management. So even right now I was saying that, oh, from here you can just give permanently. No. Once Premium 2 is enabled and privileged active directory or PIM gets enabled as well, you get Premium 2 services in Active Directory, then you are giving permissions through privileged identity. So my suggestion is whenever a new employee gets hired and he or she has to be given some admin role, then make sure that when you're assigning the role, privileged identity management is written there. Means also that you have to enable it from licenses. So suppose I go to this Microsoft Admin Center and then I go to billing licenses here. You have to make sure that your organization purchased it, which is products, purchase services, enterprise mobility 5. Yeah, this one. So from Azure Active Directory, we purchased that your products. If I go here, then just make sure that it is having Active Directory Premium 2, which is when you purchase this, Enterprise Mobility Plus Security E5 trial, especially Enterprise Mobility. So you get the, Premium 2, Active Directory Premium 2. So we have Active Directory Premium 2. That's first thing. Second thing is, you must make sure that this is written when you're about to give permission to anyone. Right? Privileged identity management is written. Third thing is, you must make sure never click active. Yes, you can click active technically. Second thing is, if it is very, very critical for someone, hey, I need the role now because there is some troubleshooting going on and I need to fix it right now. And you are about to give the role. So active just means it will give or activate that role or automatically for that user. The user doesn't have to manually go anywhere and do that. So always go eligible. Otherwise, there's no emergency and you want to give the role, so go eligible. And maximum out eligible duration is 6 months, right? So 6 months it has given. After that, it will expire. But where did you set this up? That I'm going to give which application administrator role only for 6 months. I want to put for 1 year. Okay, I can change that. Well, it says maximum here, right? So there's a place to fix. To put the rule. So remember that I'm giving application administrator role, right? So if I switch cancel from here, go to roles and administrators again. This is application administrator, right? If I click that, there's a role setting here, which means whoever you're assigning application administrator, what do you want? How do you want to assign that role to that user? What are the rules that you want implemented when this role is being assigned to the user? So it says activate maximum duration. This is actually the thing that I was saying, that after certain hours, the user will have to activate the role again for him or her to use it. This is that setting only for application administrator. So if you go back, you can see there are like 70 or 80 roles here, right? So the thing is that whichever role is critical and you get to give that a lot, you can just select that role and go customize settings on that role. That if I'm assigning this role, okay, believe me, I'm double clicking it. And what do you want to do? What rules, security rules you want to follow, right? So I want that user, whenever that user gets that role activated for him or herself, after 9 hours, that role will expire. This is that setting. Activation require, you want something else required. So there's an edit button here as well. And you can go there and make that role very secure. So first of all, 9 hours, maybe you want that, maybe you know that, oh, this user needs this role, and whenever the tasks related to this role are implemented, So that user finishes that task within 3 to 6 hours. So on average, that user does not need this role more than 6 hours for any session that is going on wherever user needs this role. So, or maybe that is your assessment. Or maybe you think that that user had to work with that role, missions all given by this role for 16 hours last time. So average is 16. Okay, after that, I will let it expire, and that user has to request again automatically to give given that role again for next 16 hours, right? So that's where you decide. I'll just put it to 6 or 9, 8 or 9 is normal. In my company, we have put 8 hours for my junior administrator. And well, it was supposed to be implemented on me as well. Then we decided that, hey, anyone should be permanently global admin. Otherwise, I need it and my junior admin needs it, and we both don't have it. And something wrong happens from Microsoft that I couldn't even get it. So we will be all locked out. So there has to be one role permanently somewhere. Either we give some unknown account a role. Unknown means like vague account like 327B926, and we know that this account is our global admin, and secretly we're changing its password or automatically the password are being changed. Whenever we need the emergency account, so we will know the current password of 3246B928, which is actually a global admin. So we can hide it this way as well. And ourselves, we don't use that, or whenever we need it, then only we activate that. So there are many strategies for just giving a very high privilege role because this is what the hackers really attack. And if it is attacked, all the application related settings could be, disrupted or changed or whatever the hacker wants to do. Or okay, so Azure MFA. So whenever user gets that role, make sure the user has MFA. If user does not have MFA, user will not get this role. Right? You can go really tough on that user, and then there is conditional access authentication as well. So conditional access, there are then 20 plus conditions that the user has to meet, and then the user will get the role. So if you put that many conditions, user might even quit. That hey, you want me to meet all these conditions? Okay, I'm going for another job. Okay, so anyway, the thing is, you want to be very tough. Maybe it's a military institute, maybe it's a credit card company or financial company or something sensitive. Then you can go for conditional access as well. Meet 15 conditions, different conditions, and then you get that. And these are all security conditions. We're going to go through that. Required justification on activation. So whenever you're activating, it's in previously. Yes, you're right. So that's what the thing is, but it's coming soon, and yeah, it's conditional access policy is very, very powerful. So required justification on activation. Yes, you have to justify why do you need that role every after 6 hours it will expire. When you're activating after 6 hours again, whatever, you need to justify why are you doing that, right? So there's that. Require ticket information on activation. So suppose you opened a ticket in some ticketing tool like ServiceNow, or we have our company ticketing tool called Top Desk. By name, it looks like some cheap software. No, it's pretty complicated. I mean, it's good among, but it's not as complicated as ServiceNow. But it's very good. Topdesk.com, right? Anyway, I don't have shares inside, so I'm not marketing it. But you can put the information of a ticket if you are open a ticket. Hey, I need to have admin, that role be assigned to me. Require approval to activate. Yeah. So, even you can put approval. So when this guy is activating the role again just to do his or her administrator task, application administrator task, so it can go for approval as well. You can select who will approve. So every time when you are activating this after 6 hours, somebody has to also approve. So two people are engaged now, one who needs it and the other one who is approving it. Every time, if suppose you're gone, this approver is gone, and this guy really needs the role, then you can have a backup approver as well. For now, I added myself as a like the global admin as approver. Obviously, it would be someone high or manager or director. So yeah, if they're busy and this guy really needs it, so you have to then make sure that if you add an approver, the approver better be there. Okay, so anyway, you can put approval. So you can see that setting a role is how you can make it how secure and flexible as well, right? So I'm going to click next assignment. So this is the edit role setting of application administrator only. What kind of restriction you want when you're giving somebody application administrator, right? So allow permanent eligible assignment. You can do that too. Then this means that it's kind of permanently given 6 months and auto renewed, or you can go for every 1 year or every 6 months or every 3 months. It will expire. Suppose I go for, no, 3 months is too strict, but 6 months is okay. No, according to different companies, different rules, right? Even 1 month they give, and then they every month they check that, okay, do you really need that role, right? Allow permanent active assignment. This is also active means you get the role right away. Eligible means you have to activate it yourself manually, right? So 6 months you can see in both cases. It's just 6 months you're gonna get that. After that, we will renew, or the higher global admin will renew it for you. So and require MFA on active assignment. So suppose you activate it right away. That guy does not have MFA, you don't get that role until you figure MFA, right? So it's up to you how secure you want to give it, and then notification. So who should be notified? And then you can give a global admin or director's email that, oh, you're, some guy in your company, some person in your company has been given admin role. So who should be notified here? Obviously, notification is very critical. Okay. So I'm clicking update here, but what I did was I just showed you instead of 9 hours, I put it to 6 hours. So every 6 hours, it's gonna expire. This application administrator role. So I just wanted to show you from the user side how the user needs to activate it once the user get that role. Okay. So I'm gonna click update here. Uh, I just played with the role setting. For anyone onwards, this role is given. Those are the new settings. You can go for each of the role that you give commonly to your company, and then configure all those. Suppose it's Azure AD join local administrator, you go to role settings here as well, and then configure and make it strict. So the thing is that least privilege should be given, and if it is given, then it should be thoroughly checked again and again. This guy still need to be given this role. Okay, so application administrator has been set up first as a role. Now, when I go, now I want to give it to someone, right? So I'm going to go inside and add assignment. And I think I didn't give it. So application administrator scope is directory wide. Maybe there's just one application on which you want someone to be an administrator, or service principal, which means that it's a service account that needs to be given to a application permanently, so the application can use those privileges to automatically do some tasks. So directory wide and application administrator, suppose we give, and then we go for, okay, this user is given this role. Remember that for this role we have set up some uh, role settings already. So then I go next, and I'm never going to give active to this. I want that guy to, check his or her email, then activate the role to herself, right? So this is eligible, and always go for eligible, then click assign. And yeah, it's 18 February to 17 of June, July, August. Oh, 17 August. Okay, assign. And there you go. It fit. Okay. Um, blah blah blah. Application in directory. The role assignment already exists. Okay, I gave it already. That is maybe last class I was giving this one. Okay, now how the user will get it. The user already got it actually, and last time I was just checking that the user mailbox is opened or not. So I'm gonna go to that user and just want to show you how the user gets the email and gets to activate the role. Right now, if the user does not activate the role is not given to the user, right? So that's why If this role is given to the user, where is it written there? This is active assignments, right? This is eligible assignments. If I click eligible, we go. So user is eligible to get it unless the user activates it. The user doesn't activate it, that's it. The user doesn't get the role. So the user has been assigned, he or she has to activate it. So let's activate this role quickly. How? Opera browser. Seriously? Where's the how how do I Opera browser? There's an incognito mode for Opera browser. Seriously? Okay. Anyway, I'll just go for some other browser. I have four browsers here, where I do a lot of work on different online accounts. Okay. So new in private window, new private window. I'll just go for portal dot. This is portal.office.com actually. So and yeah. So Amir users, I'll just alt tab to go back to that user just to show you the experience of that user. Okay, this is the full email. CEA Jalebi 04 Feb 2023. Yeah. Okay, so I'll tab here and next. Okay, so I think it's the same class password. Oh, not class password. So I'll just quickly reset the password for this guy by going to users, all users, and where is our user? Come on. And can I reset the user's password? Reset. Oh yeah, whatever the reset password it will give me, I have to go over that right now. Yo-yo 7416. Okay, yo-yo 7416. It's better to put that here for this user. If I need it again, then it will toss me like a yo-yo. So okay, so here yo-yo. Okay, now it needs to need to small z goes to 1 to 3 version 1 to 3 oh, wait. And K select which. Oh, we have seen that password too many times before. Yeah, okay. I take it as a prize because hundreds of the students have used that. Okay, so BNM, capital BNM, shape 1 to 3. What is it? So BNM, shape 1 to 3, 1 to 3. All right, go. I need to just go to the mailbox and I need to activate that role. Okay, so after 14 days, I will do the thingy, do the MFA. Once I go inside, I just need to go to Outlook because I need that role. Suppose I'm the programmer or application developer and I need that role right away. Really? So, Microsoft Audio Conferencing. Are you kidding me? Okay, that assignment hasn't arrived, or maybe the role assignment has been expired. So this means that I need to because I gave that user 15 days that role, right? 15 days back. I'm just gonna check again if I can give or update that role. So I'm gonna go to roles and admins and application administrator. I gave it 15 days ago. Maybe that invitation has expired. I'm gonna go to eligible and then update eligible assignment and yeah, it's 4/7, but save. So the email should come to the user. So we don't have to really wait for that. If it takes longer time, it will assign to this application administrator. That's it. This user. Oh, it's user one. Seriously, not user two. Okay. Um, so when I was given to user two, why was it saying it's given? Okay. I logged in from user two. So user on here. So this means I log into user one. Sorry. Okay. So this is what the user says. Sees here, view or activate. So if you don't touch it, you will not get it. Right? Start Saturday, February 18th, today date, and Tuesday, July 4th. So I'm going to activate that role. I need that role because I'm an application administrator, right? And I really need that role now, but I have to activate it. Application administrator directory, and yeah. So this is the end user who is doing that, and make sure always you see these golden words, privileged identity management, whenever you are assigning. Now the end user who is about to become an application administrator privileged, about to get that, I'm going to activate that. And it says here you're getting it for 9 hours. Can I change that as a user? Oh, yeah, maybe my task is for 5 minutes. I know that I'm an application administrator, or my task is just 2 hours. I can reduce it myself voluntarily as well, but nobody does that, right? So, and then I am required, there's a red dot, a red star here. So I am required to give a justification, right? So I need it to develop an application for the company. So suppose you give any kind of or maybe you're required, maybe there's a compliance policy about messages as well, that you must include the project name, manager name, and then application name, and if possible, some detail about the task. After 9 hours, it's gonna expire anyway, right? Or suppose I go for, after half an hour, it expires. So I'll make it half an hour, expires after half an hour, right? Activate this. Maybe my task is half an hour. I voluntarily said that, okay, after that, I don't need that role. So automatically it should expire. Okay, so this is how a user can really, activate. And PIM makes it possible. So privilege identity management is really cool. And now I will not have this role after half an hour, but that was voluntarily. But after 9 hours, it's gonna still be gone. And I have to I have to come back here. I need to save this email somewhere, right? Uh, yes. So I pinned it in my mailbox as a application administrator. I know that after 9 hours, I need this email, and then I need this button to go back and activate it again, right? So this is how an end user will then do, and it is secure now. After 9 hours, I will not have it. If the hacker hacks my account, that's it. It's gone. I'm no longer an application administrator, so I don't have that privileges. That's a security. O and K. So this is the whole PIM that I wanted to show you, the story of PIM. But this PIM is really, really important, and Microsoft puts a lot of emphasis on that. But you have to really go through all the critical roles, and you have to set up the role setting. So it is global admin, right? A global admin, we have 5 of them, which is ridiculous. Again and again, I'm saying that. So global administrator, this one. So I need to definitely go to role settings for that, and I need to expire it. I need to go for 8 hours activation. Right now, I'm actively given this role, so it's not going to implement this. We can change it and we can save it, and then it's going to implement all these settings, right? And so this is accountability for each privileged admin role. So this is what I'm going to show. Now let's go ahead with the next. So there is another very cool thing. Well, there are many, many cool security related settings. So this is done, and the process is now should be clear that how you should be giving privileged access. We still need to go for identity governance and check out some more of these policies. So I'm just going to go back to identity governance here. Then we're going to go for protect and secure as well. In identity governance, there is entitlement management. What a name. entitlement management. So this is the area where we may have gone before as well, but for the security course also requires that we should know, and Azure 104 also requires that we should know that. So just for the sake of security course, I'm going to just go through this. Control your external user lifecycle. So external users, they are, the pain in the neck, and whenever you give external users access, then we tend to forget it, right? And then there is that issue, or there's a problem that suppose there's a vendor that we took, that we invited 2 years ago. Then 2 years ago we invited that user. That external user account is still created. Did you delete that account? Maybe the vendor account got hacked and somebody logged in from that. It is still a guest account, but if it's a vendor, you have to give some higher privileges to that account. So that's why you have to make sure that external users. So how do you what are the external users? Just to give a brief idea about that, you just go to new user and then you invite external user. An external user is can use Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo Mail, Outlook or Live.co or any other email, right? Don't have even our mailbox. They're just external, right? So when you create those and write those users, you need to delete them as well. You need to get rid of them as well. But even in my company, we have we I did a cleanup 6 months ago, and I found that so many vendor accounts which were invited external, like external users, or which were invited, were there for last 2 years, 3 years. Then I started asking developers, hey, you invited them, you asked us to invite them, and then you didn't tell us that the project is finished. So we don't track your projects. You track your projects, right? There should be some kind of compliance that when the project finishes, you're supposed to tell us the please disable the guest accounts. So whoever is doing the project it's their responsibility. But then, as an IT administrator, as a cloud administrator, it's your responsibility to keep a check on external accounts and review common use cases. So control your external user lifecycle. If I go for a review, so it goes to external user lifecycle, create access package here. This access package actually tells us that who should have access for how long. Create access reviews of all guests in teams and groups. Now, this package, if I go click, so this would be create a collection of resources that users can request access to. So there's a list of things that you can configure here, and so suppose there is a external vendor vendors from ABC company. Actually, there is an ABC company in Toronto as well, and I had an interview with them. So I keep giving interview all year, right? External vendor from ABC company, and then resource roles. So what is this? Access package means that what kind of um, applications, SharePoint sites, groups, and teams do you want external vendors, some typical user accounts to have access to for how long and why. There's a life cycle here as well, right? So suppose I go for applications, and if I click this see all applications, I hope I have no application. Okay, let me just quickly create an application. How do I create an application? I'm just going to go here, um and Azure Active Directory. I'm going to add an application there, and then come back to the access package. I'll just right click and duplicate this tab, get a simple application. Okay, skip for now. Okay. So I'll go for um, Microsoft. Every few years they change the applications is here. Enterprise applications. I'll add some application quickly. New application. Um, So there are many Adobe applications, SAML, Atlassian Cloud, Box, whatever. Come on, stop thinking. Okay, Adobe. create. Suppose I added this application. Obviously, you have to connect it remotely. I mean, you must have a license, purchase license from the other side, and then it will actually connect with the this site, adobe.com. Right now, I'm just adding the free, unfinished side of Adobe here. So I could show you that, users can. So what is access package? Uh, Certain accounts need to be given access to certain applications, and then it will expire automatically for them, and they will have no longer access. So those access packages and access reviews must be created, must be created. So I'll go for another application here, new application, some random application. Why? Two or three applications, right? So DocuSign, and create that too. Suppose we have license for that and we have connected this on Azure. So multiple applications I'll just add here, and then we go for access package, then access review as well. And okay, so two applications. If I go to all applications here, all applications, like all applications. Yeah, I have DocuSign and Adobe Acrobat now, Identity Management, in fact. So I'll go back here. So I hope it has detected that I've added just new applications. If I go to applications here, and yes, it sees two applications. So what I'm saying is access package controls, okay, this application and this application. For these two applications, the users can request us that please let us access this application. So next is request, then is requester information, then is life cycle, then is custom extension, right? So I'm just going to click request here, and what roles they can request. DocuSign sender or MSMI IAM access. This is just either security account or the administrator access for these. I'm just going to go for normal senders here. Certain people can request access to these applications, and only this privilege, which is simple user, not privileged user. And next request for users in your directory, for users not in your directory, all users in connected organizations. Non-administrator direct assignments only. Allow administrators to directly assign specific users to this. So I'm going to go for users in Active Directory, and then I'm going to go for guests, all users, including guests, and request access to that application. And who will be approving it? By approval, press yes. So who will be approving that? When the guests or normal users, it pretty much includes everyone. There is no separate only guests showing here. So when they require approval, then require approval, yes. Require requester justification. So requester has to justify, oh, I need access to Adobe Acrobat and DocuSign because of this. Okay. And how many stages do you want? Two-stage approval, three-stage approval, until the user is so annoyed that the user will run away. No, just kidding. So, or one-stage approval, just one approver. So manager as approver, the user's manager should be approver. If manager of the user does not approve, then fall back to who is the second? What is the plan B? Who is the second approver? So I'm just gonna go for, okay, I'm the second approver. If the user's manager does not respond, he or she is on vacation, so I'm the second approver. And then decision must be made in 14 days. Require approver justification. Approver, why did approver approved? Question justification. Why do I need access to the applications? Approver, why did I approve? Right. So that's it. And in 14 days or maybe 5 days, user needs to, I just changed it to 5, approver needs to approve, right? Show advanced settings here. If no action taken, forward to alternate approvers. Oh, there are alternate approvers. Even plan B, plan C, plan E. Suppose it's a very critical resource, then you can go for alternate approvers, even more approvers. And enable new requests. So every time you are okay to for new requests of users, that more users can always request access to these applications or not. So if I go ahead, request our information, and you can put questions there that why do you want access to this application, and also answer format is short text. Don't give a long story. Uh, do you have enough uh, uh, approvals and qualifications uh, for these applications? So you can have some legit questions there, and multiple choice long text. You can just give a story now. And then regex pattern review. Um, this is in preview, but I need to check that too. They just added this recently. And then you can add a lot of other questions and add localization as well, which is which language. So you want the question to be asked. So then comes a new life cycle. So you can fully put that those questions. The users will answer that. Then you can approve easily, right? Uh, Life cycle is that access package assignments expire on that day. Number of days after 1 year, they will expire, or number of hours. And then users can request specific timeline. Yes, I want, and users can also go for, oh, I want access for 6 months, sir. I want access for 1.5 years, sir, because of this. So you can just go for a specific date when it expires. So this means that access to the application for the specified users will expire automatically, which is a very, very good thing. So show advanced expiration settings and then allow users to extend access. Oh, even end users can say, oh, we are still working on it. Come on, why are you expiring it? So end users can also, but it's risky as well. You should be on top of everything, right? As an administrator, require access review, and then there is this. So required access review. This is access review. This was the next topic, but this is what we can do, and that is starting on 18 February. But quarterly, monthly, weekly, you can review the access of these users to this application as well. Self-review, specific reviewers, you can go for specific reviewers as well, and maybe whoever you want to add, director or manager of that user, or those uh, who were invited from outside, uh, connecting to your company employee user. And then there is show advanced access review settings. That is that so review will be done for those users access every quarter. So quarterly review will be there. If reviewers don't respond, show receiver decision helpers yes, or require reviewer justification. So it's up to you that no change will be there if nobody responds, or the remove access. If no one responds, then access will be removed. So it's like that, right? So this is access package, but this is very, very critical, and it is automated, right? So automatically, users will be actually kicked out as well. And while going through this, it seems like I have to create that in my company as well. uh, this package, because there are some vendors who are there forever, and they have been acquired. Their services were acquired from time to time, but this is too much, right? Like there's some external vendors are there for 3 years now. They're external from time to time. So whenever we need their services, then we should give them access, right? The access is just given to them all the time. Developers just ask that while you are responsible, the cloud architect or cloud administrator, that if the access is breached, you're responsible then. Then developers will go back. Oh, no, 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 it was your fault. So anyway, yeah, you should be strict on everything. So stage request is created, request is approved, assignment is granted. So it's up to you. Um, so this is how it looks like. Basics, resource, which applications uh, the users can request and give a reason for request to access the application, and approver should give a reason why approver approve the user's access request and let the user connect to the application. And then requester information, approver can put questions. Why do you want access to this application? And life cycle, when access to these applications will be removed for the users automatically. And then there's access review as well, that you will every quarter, every 3 months, you will or 6 months, you will review the access of the users, why these requesters need access to these applications. So there's a thorough compliance that you can follow, right? So, and you can just put that at what stage, what is there, and custom extensions can be put there uh, for stages at which this access package is right now. But it's still in preview, so we don't expect it to work properly. I'm just gonna go for review plus create, and this is the whole thing. Description not entered, which is not good. Go to basics. Okay. Reviewing access for internal and external users um, for uh, Adobe and DocuSign applications with reviews and expiry dates. Okay, so now you put the purpose of that here, and exactly. So Naveen has also put a link there. Thank you for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and requester, lifecycle, rules, review, and plus create, and now I'll just simply create that. So this is description, but this is very, very critical. And while I'm going through this again and again, now I realize that because last week we were talking about that so many guest accounts that we cleaned 6 months ago. So the new guest accounts have appeared, and many of those projects are finished, and those accounts are still there. So I'll be going actually and creating that access package for those vendors whose projects we know will end at that specific date, right? So we'll do that. But anyway, this is access package, which is very, very good, very, very important. I'm going to go to identity governance again, external user lifecycle. So there is that access review as well, which is just simply a review of things that you can go for. Um, in fact, yeah, so for slide, I'll just click Naveed's link and just to put it in the slide as well as a good read. New access package or entitlement management. There are two ments here. So this is identity